I bet you guys have seen this damage count countless of times with the new content that has come out and with the new units that have come out during the 10th year anniversary into EZAs. I mean, with units like those that have no limits, it's very easy to get these huge numbers, even outside of the Festival of Battles. In some of the newer red zones that are a little bit longer, like 15 turns, 20 turns maybe, you can easily achieve the max damage counter with the 7th year LRs if you transform yourself. Very easy to reach, especially since you have also Gogeta, who boosts the stat of the other characters. And that got me thinking about the max damage counter and in general the limits that Dokkan has. And then the meme popped up in my head and I thought, this is primetime video material. Should Dokkan finally break its limits? Should Dokkan do like one of the units and have no limits? That's what I'm going to talk about. This is actually not the max damage you can do. I know a lot of people think that is the max number of damage you can do. But no, that's just the max damage counter, like what it shows you. You can go up to 2.1 something billion, the 32-bit limit, because the game is presumably using 32-bit for storing their numbers. But you can even go higher than that without changing what bit value you use. You can tricks a little bit. That's what like clicker games do, like for example Cookie Clicker. You can go up to numbers higher than probably the particles in this universe. That wouldn't even be possible with 256 bits or something like that. You can trick, like you can use some tricks to go even higher, but that doesn't matter. We don't need much higher than 2 billion really. And I feel like just showing another 9 would kind of fix the problem, because realistically, how long would it take for us to casually break the 1 billion mark? Probably a long time. I feel like we would still see maxed out numbers, like for edge cases, for example, the 8th year anniversary units. That's what this screenshot has. When they're going to EZA, their Spirit Bomb already does a lot of damage. When they're EZA, it's going to be like doing casual billions of damage. And I feel like in that case, it's just like, okay, that's fine, really. That's just an edge case. But I feel like we wouldn't hit those numbers casually, like maxing out the hit counter, and it wouldn't really affect gameplay much. But the thing about this is, this actively affects gameplay, because you cannot really gauge how much damage you do, and especially with these bars, you have like countless bars, and you're like, how much damage was that really? And then you have to calculate how much damage you did, which is not really nice. I would just get real-time feedback, because sometimes, especially like in the Festival of Battles, it would be nice to know how much damage you did, because you cannot really gauge it, especially like in the dual enemy mode, because it's hard to kind of read the counter. And yeah, it's important to know if you just did 100 million damage or 200 million damage, because, well, that's a huge margin of error. And maybe you just wasted a Vegito for that, if you didn't, and you didn't really need it because you did more damage than you thought you did, you know? And it would just be nice to see your damage counter, or like how much damage you did. I don't know. That's just nice visual feedback. I would like to see if I did 400, 500 million damage, because in Festival of Battles, you can easily see those numbers, like without even trying. You can go even higher if you want, but yeah. That's just like number 1. Number 2, we have the rank limit of 999. Now, this isn't the most important thing ever, but it's been a long time since, or like, since like the first people have hit rank 999. I know the Truth DT, that's the guy I looked up before doing this video. He did it like 3.5 years ago, or maybe even close to 4 years ago. And he's just like the highest ranked player I could think of. I don't know, is there anybody who hit it before him? Probably. But even then, like maybe 1 year. So probably people have been hitting rank 999 for 4 years, like the first ones. And in the last couple of years, you have seen more and more like just casual players hitting rank 999. And for crying out loud, I'm ranked 635, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I made my account in the 7th year of Dokkan, like a few months before the 7th year anniversary on global, and I didn't play actively during all that time. I took like multiple month breaks in between, like only playing when there was really an anniversary and when there was a worldwide download celebration. That's pretty much the only times I played. And I'm already ranked 635 because it also gets easier and easier and easier to rank up because, well, stages give you more XP than they did back then. You can grind more XP, you get more aged meat, which helps you to do more stages. You have that event that you can do, like the train hard every day event, which gives you lots of XP. Then you also have the B pound event, which gives you lots of rank XP. This is not going to be a concern for me for another like 2-3 years or something like that. But people already have been hitting rank 999, and I feel like, I don't know, a lot of us are going to eventually hit rank 999. At one point, it's just like too many people will hit rank 999. Like you gotta increase that shit. And I mean, this is a Dragon Ball game, for crying out loud. You can like make a 9,000 reference, bro. It's easy free money, bro. People will eat that shit up. Like it's gonna be a long time until somebody hits like above rank 9,000, but you can you can just do it. And the thing is, it would just be fun to see where the people are at. I mean, the Truth, what is his rank now? Is it like 1,200, 1,500, even above? I don't know. Nobody can tell. And it would be nice to see like these high level players, like how high is the rank really? Because it's also like a showcase of like your account, like really how much you've been playing, how long you've been playing. I mean, yeah, I just think it would be kind of cool. This is a video not nitpicking about this, like if it's just such a huge problem. It's just like a neat little thing that they could do, like just rank it up a little bit more. Or like, break the limits. We are Dokkan. We have no limits. So yeah, that's. I don't know if the reason why they can't upgrade to rank 9,999 is the max rank because of XP. That I could see. I don't know how they store the XP value in like relation to the level, because most games, at least that I know of, store like your total XP value, and then the level is like how much total XP you have. But you can't really see how much total XP you have earned in Dokkan. So maybe they just do it like they reset the XP for every level, and then you have a new XP goal to reach. In that case, that wouldn't really be a problem. But if it's the first option, it could be a problem that they have reached the max of 2.1 billion XP. And they can't go above that. Even then, I could see ways to fix that. You can do it, but if that's the reason, I can understand why they haven't done it. But yeah, it would just be cool, because why not? Now, this is the spot for every minor little thing that doesn't really matter when it comes to the max, and that is, first of all, we have the max Zenny count, which is 1.99999 billion, which is probably because of the 2.1 billion and then like this just looks better. They could also change that up, but the thing is, there are ways to trick this stuff, like the max number. But the thing is, then it gets less and less accurate. Now, with damage counters, I would feel like it wouldn't be that much of a problem, because you don't need to know if it does a billion damage, 49,500,000, or if it did a million damage and 50 million. A billion damage and 50 million. But with exact numbers like these, where you see everything, it would be a problem. But they could just abbreviate this, because you cannot read it anyway. So they could just write 1999 M, or 1.99 or like 2B, whatever. And then they could just do it with multiplication. I don't know how it works. I've looked it up a little bit before this video, but apparently you can multiply numbers to look higher and shit like that, and you can trick in a way. And like with clicker games, it is possible. So I know it is possible to some extent. And yeah, I think they could also do it, and it would just also look nicer, because I don't know how much Zenny I have. You always have to like count and stuff. That is a general like thing they could do, just abbreviate damage numbers and like Zenny numbers. It would just make stuff easier to read. So yeah, and then you could also, like, if you're already doing that, also break the limits and give us as much as you can, like give us higher numbers. So yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. Another one is stamina. Stamina is 999. I think why not increase that as well? I don't really see any reason for that to be 999. Because especially if you're like a lower rank and there's a major celebration happening, you can easily get up to 999, especially if you're like link leveling on a stage and you're getting like tons and tons and tons of XP and XP, and you're at that rank range where you still get XP like every, or like where you get more stamina that you can burn per rank, you know. And then I remember always like link leveling up until stamina 999, and then I had to do other stuff that wouldn't give me as much XP, so that I could just burn it and not waste the stamina I get. So yeah, that would just be a little bit nicer. Another one I think is 999 EZA stages. I mean, sure, why not? I guess that they don't really have to increase, because there are like crazy motherfuckers that grind them onto rank 999 and see that as like an accomplishment. And I feel like if they increased it to 9,999, these people would just like kill themselves. So better not do that. I don't know, but I think there's a stone limit of 10,000 stones. I could have sworn I saw that watching like one of the Truth's videos, or like multiple, where he just had 10,000 stones, and he couldn't like get any more, because that's just the limit of what you can have, and then you have to spend it, and then you can get more. I don't know if that's just the limit on where you can buy dragon stones, or that's just like the complete limit. You cannot get any dragon stones above this. I'm not sure, but if that's the case, I mean, no free-to-play player will realistically see that 10,000 number. I will never see it in my life. I currently have over 3,000 stones. That is the highest I've ever had in 10 years of playing Dokkan. Not actively, but like just having multiple accounts and like once in a while. That is the highest count I've ever had. I will not get 3 times that. You know, I would never get 3 times that unless I become like a crazy spender in the game, which will never happen unless I become like a full-time YouTuber. But for like these whales, I don't know, sure. And this is just like a general topic on like breaking the limits. Baba points also probably has a limit. Break that. Like in general, all the currencies break the limit. Why limit? I mean, realistically, most people are not going to see it, but I don't know. I just This is just about no limits. No limits. Dokkan with no limits. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that has limits that can be broken. Friend count. Why the limit of 100? Give me 1,000,000 friend counts for no reason. Doesn't do shit. I don't care. Give it. Friend points. Do they have a limit? I don't know. I've never seen the limit, and I don't want to ever see it. So break that limit as well. Break the boost limit. You know, the boosts you can have, like 3 or 5. Break that limit. Let me have infinite boosts. Break the unit level. Boom. Give us infinite levels. I mean, to an extent, Dragon Ball Legends did that. They had like at first had a limit of level 1,000. Then they slowly increased it, and then they just stopped at 5,000. I don't know why they've stopped at 5,000. Pisses me off, kind of. Like, stop at 10,000 or something like that. Why at 5,000 for no reason? That's just a number that pisses me off for some reason. Yeah. Anyway, break the limit with levels as well. Just give us 1,000,000 levels. Yeah, I don't really care. The only one I really cared about was the damage limit, and then I was like thinking about the limits of Dokkan and stuff like that, and I thought I'd just make this video. Kind of rambling. Why not? Okay. What kind of limits do you, or like what limits have I missed? I mean, another limit that they have broken was the team limit. I remember when like you had to build your team with your team limit in mind. You had like a team limit of like team cost. Your units had different team costs, and it would add up to like, let's say 400, but your team cost limit was at 350. You could not use the team at all. Which, when you were low level and you had like LRs that just pissed you off, and you were like, man, what the fuck, why can't I play with these units? And then you had to choose either I'm gonna use worse units instead of these LRs, or I'm just gonna make the rest of the team worse because of these, and then put in these LRs. Although I think they could still make modes with their team limit, and in burst limit or burst mode or whatever that's called, that is actually the case. You have those team limit things, but I think they could do more with it. Not in the main content, but like a side thing. I think they could do nicely with that. But yeah, that's just one I remembered. But yeah, tell me, have I missed any limits? What limits would you like broken? Would you like the concept of Dokkan having no limits? See you guys in the next video. Bye.